See, it's stuck. Your life. Oh, look at you, so worried. Oh my God.
Started.
Yeah. But it won't move. Why won't it move, man? Annoying, man. Technology.
Wow, thank you, Yana. You put more for me?
Technology.
Technology.
Kharbud. Kharbud. Excellent. Thank you.
That's why. It's not
I like praises.
Wait, can we watch it from another?
Could we
Watch
restart
it-
or do something?
Can we watch it from a separate to see if it's moving on the other screen? Because the microphone is working.
Marine, can you check your YouTube if we're moving? Because over here we're stuck. It's okay. Relax. She'll check on a mobile. That's what I've been doing and it's been blank. Yeah, let's see if it works directly on YouTube. Not sure. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's good that you came. I was stuck for it for so long. Is it moving? My video is not moving. It's stuck, right?
No.
Show me.
We're moving in the
Show me the live feed.
Yeah.
We're not moving.
Oh, yeah.
We are moving. Why am I not clapping?
It's delayed. It'll
Okay.
take a little time
Okay,
since
okay.
live stream.
So I'm not going to take another chances. I'm stuck on my screen. Hello, beautiful. It's Eid in Dubai. Come, I'll show you something. Come here. No, you come. Look who's here.
Live feed on
I got a guest. Yeah, this is Yana. She's apparently my granddaughter. I'm not that old, but she's my granddaughter. Okay, and she's sitting with us, and we'll have her with us. She's the VIP guest for the evening, and so is she. So she is my partner in crime. This is a person that I can't say I grew up with. She grew up with me under the wrong influence, of course. So she's gangster, and her birthday falls in Jan, and I won't give her age off. She's a bachelor's in psychology and HR, and she's a good one at that. Let's just say that her name is Sadia Kadwani, of course, because she's my niece. My name is Karamullah Kadwani. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Because of the commotion and not getting a video feed, first of all, trying everything I could under the sun and still not getting a video feed, Sadia sorted it out. However, on our YouTube screens, we are stuck. I mean, we're not doing anything. But fortunately, we're live. And so my wife confirmed on her YouTube. I mean, she's watching the live feed. And so we're moving and I'm clapping and everything. Right? That's all good. So apart from the introductions, would you like to say something?
Hi.
Yeah, she's the guest of honor?
Guest of honor.
Guest of honor. I'll very quickly show you all the rest of guest of honors. That's my brother sitting there. Say hi. That's my sister-in-law.
Hello.
And that's my brother's daughter. No, I'm kidding. My brother is a grandfather too. We are all old people here. That's my mom, who has her back towards you. She's not very... she's kind of hostile, yeah. She doesn't like life. She's not very social.
There she is.
Yeah, she's trying to. If you could stand up so I can get you on the live feed. I'd like all my subscribers, 12,100 subscribers, to look at you. That's my mom. I hope you can see her. It was all planned. We're all wearing green because we decided to.
Except me.
No, actually, it's a coincidence. We never plan anything. But yeah, we all got green. I think green is the color of the year, I suppose. I love green. I got shirts. I got what I got.
But little bits of green.
Yeah, just a spicy little. Okay, so as the title suggests, we're going to be discussing one of the newer releases from Aterlier Materi that took about a month to reach me because of the geopolitical situations. It was stuck the longest time in customs in Germany, or rather not in customs, but in Germany, as in, so that's Tonka Kumaru. how I intended to do this video was I wanted to finish this video before everybody came in, but I wasn't able to get a live feed. I do have a live feed, and this makes it interesting because she may be able to tell by the title a little bit of what the fragrance is going to be, but let's see what Sadia has to say about the fragrance. I do really appreciate her take on fragrances, and Noreen as well, but Noreen is kind of in the kitchen and she's preparing
That's my magnet.
oh sorry so she's preparing of course dinner, and all the festivities are going to start soon. Her house, her family is going to be here soon, her brothers, her mother, her father. My mother's already here, my father's passed away long ago in 1999, Allah yarham. So let's say a very quick prayer for him as well. Today is not going to be all perfume, so it's going to be family, and my family is my friends, right? I don't usually hang out with a lot of people. I do hang out with her. She's one of my favorite students. No, she's not. She's way ahead of what I was ever supposed to. What do you smell? Let's see what she has to take. She is by no means, I am not either a professional nose, but we interpret fragrances our ways, right? So everybody to their own. Let's see what she has to say about this.
It comes off sweet.
Okay, a little louder.
Yeah, the first scent that I get is a bit of a sweeter smell.
Okay.
It's reminding me of a bit of teriyaki. I'm getting like this sense of that perfume that you gave me, the intense one. It gives
So
me a bit.
she's talking about. I actually bought it, and I thought it was too feminine leaning for me. This was hyped. This was really hyped on YouTube. The fragrance she's referring to is Teriyak by Quinton Beach. He made Teriyak and Teriyak Intense for the house of Latafa. I'm not sure. I don't remember the house. Please don't quote me on this. But so she's getting a little bit of Teriyak. I will eventually tell her what this is, and we will be discussing the fragrance like I told you. But sweet is spot on. It's a note called Tonka bean, Tonka, as the name suggests, Tonka Kumaru, and we'll explain what Kumaru is in this fragrance, like the context of the use of the word Kumaru. But yeah, she gets Tonka, and Tonka is basically used mostly in very sweet, vanillic, gourmand fragrances, or as the French would have it, gourmand. Yeah, I got that right. No. My French is really bad. I don't speak French even as a seventh language. For the heck of it, yeah. But so she gets something sweet, which is apt. She's catching on to the note of Tonka. Let's also quickly dive into the notes. The perfumer for this fragrance is Celine Pedreal.
Is there a little bit of floral to it, or no?
That's what we're going to break down now. So we will also let them know what we get from this fragrance, but let's give you the Crooks, Nanny, what I don't know what that is. Okay, so basically Fragrantica says it's almond, vanilla. So yes, there is an almond kind of a bitterness, if you will. It's not exactly a gourmand. It's not a gourmand at all. I mean, it might go there, but then all the musks, and they use 4 different kind of musks, and the way they're used is phenomenal. So it is sweet. It says ambery, nutty as we said. It is almond, but more like the almond. How do you say it? The almond peel, the bitterness of the almond. Aromatic, warm, spicy, and fruity. I'm not sure why it's fruity, but let's get into it. So bitter almond, as we were trying to figure this out. Cardamom. So the little spiciness, but it's not extremely spicy. Don't take it for being extremely spicy. Cardamom just adds a layer of finesse up top, like it makes it more formal kind of bergamot. So there is a citrus, but not very pronounced. Again, you have barley, a note of barley. Let's see what barley can do in a fragrance. Barley note says green, herbaceous, fougères, probably, right? Cedar, that's a kind of a wood. Hay, so there is a hay-like texture with Tonka itself. And Tonka can give off these tobacco like hay, dryness kind of facets and nuances to a fragrance, which this very much does. Obviously, in the base, you have tonka bean, vanilla, and amber. And we shall break this down in just a moment. Let me also try to, in a way, I don't want to call it like help Sadia with what she's smelling, but I would want her to see if she's getting what I get from this fragrance. So I get, and immediately from the get-go, like off the bat, you get these this animalic musk, skin-like warmth, like a skin baked in the sunlight. You get this kind of a skin texture, like it's not a skin scent by any means. It kind of projects well. The longevity is phenomenal in this fragrance. But yeah, so Tonka can have tobacco and hay-like nuances, adds a hay-like, tobacco-like texture to the fragrance. I have prepared something that I would like to kind of read it off for you. So Celine Pedriel is the perfumer, and she's one of the perfumers who does most of the perfumes for the house of Aterlier Materi. We will explain you what the house of Aterlier. I'm not going to really go into kind of a rant on the house. We are not going to talk about the house overview right now, but just touch slightly upon what the compositions are like and how they like to structure their fragrances. So let's start this. This is one of the later releases. I think it's a 2026 launch. Véronique Lebahan is the creative director, also the owner for the brand. And so Tonka Kumaru isn't meant to be a sugary Tonka comfort scent. It's Tonka treated like a raw material study, very much in the spirit of Aterlier Materi's philosophy of celebrating a single ingredient in an almost tactile way. And yes, that animalic musk right from the start is intentional, if you ask me. It's what gives the composition its masculine gravity, if you may. Let's walk through the full wearing journey, because this one really evolves beautifully. The full day wearing experience. So the first 30 minutes, I mean, what you're experiencing now, I'd like to term as Tonka with a shadow. That's the Tonka with a shadow phase of the fragrance. The first moments are surprisingly musky and slightly animalic. I mean, at least to me, it has this skin-like warmth and almost skin-like. That's what I've said. You get the Tonka bean absolute musks, faint tobacco-like warmth that we were mentioning earlier. But instead of a gorgeous Tonka, instead of a gourmand Tonka like vanilla ice cream fragrance, this feels leathery. It has these leathery undertones, powdery, slightly feral, and warm skin after a long day. Do you get that?
It's very like warm types.
It is. It is. It's something that we guys in the Frag-com like to call a skin scent, not just a skin scent, but a drawing scent. Like you want to get closer to a person who'll be wearing this, like, you know. So it's more intimate, close encounter, date night fragrance kind of nuances. The animalic musks bloom immediately, which is probably what one notices, at least I did, because I kind of hunt for animalics, and animalics have a way of shining and popping on my skin a lot more than maybe other fragrance enthusiasts. They create the illusion of human warmth rather than dessert sweetness. Tonka here behaves like vanilla and less like vanilla and more like dry hay. Almond skin, that's what we were mentioning, the bitterness, and coumarin bitterness. We will kind of explain what coumarin is. And I suppose the word Tonka Kumaru was a wordplay on coumarin itself. Coumarin is a molecule that's derived from tonka bean. And so we'll discuss this when it comes. I'm sorry, I have a way of kind of going round and round. This is where the perfume, so in the heart, like say 30 minutes into the fragrance, up to the 4 hours mark, is what I'd like to call the Kumaru core of the fragrance. This is where the perfume shows its architecture. the tonka becomes denser and creamier, but the musks prevent it from ever becoming edible. Nuances that appear: almond facets, tobacco leaf dryness, not the smoked ashy tobacco, but the tobacco leaf, if you know what I mean. Hay-like Kumaric warmth, soft woods, and faint balsamic sweetness. It begins to feel like a warm suede glove dusted with tonka powder. The animalic aspect softens but stays present, like clean skin warmed by sunlight. This is also something that we mentioned earlier. This is the stage where Aterlier Materi's signature minimalism shines. And for me, the motto or the thing that Aterlier Materi shines in is they use fewer materials but maximum texture. Let dry down, say 4 to 10 hours, because it's a very long lasting scent. The longevity on this is really good. Is what I call the Tonka skin. The dry down is gorgeous and very intimate, so you'll yet to experience the dry down. Creamy Kumaran warmth, powdery Tonka dust, clean musks, and soft ambered woods. The sweetness becomes subtle and elegant, almost like the smell of warm books, sun dried hay, and skin after wearing cashmere. So cashmere is this kind of a shawl that, I mean, do you, now that I'm kind of trying to break this down to you, do you get the facets that we are talking about? At least half of
Yeah.
what we're mentioning.
It's very like cozy.
It is comforting. It's a very comforting kind of. I mean, you'd like to wear this on your own. I mean, even in a space where perfumes can really change the way your day is unfolding, and sometimes in times in trying times, this is a very comforting scent. It brings comfort to the wearer. Projection becomes close to the skin, but the scent lingers beautifully for hours. That's towards the 4 to 10 hours mark. Is the kind of fragrance someone notices when they lean in. Like we said, a drawn scent, more like a drawn scent. So ideal for date nights and close encounters, like we said. I have shifted in LinkedIn. I have gone on to part 2 of the breakdown, and this is going to be rather quick, right? So we're not going to take too much of your time. Kumaru, as we mentioned earlier, is actually another name for the tonka bean tree in South America. In Portuguese, it's spelled as Cumaru. In Spanish, it is Kumaru, which is spelled here as Kumaru. And the botanical name, which I would not like to attempt, and thank goodness for Sadi being here.
Dipteryx odorata.
Odorata, that's perfect. Odorata is something that I'm familiar with because Diptyque has a fragrance called Geranium Odorata. And so Odorata I'm familiar with. Dipteryx sounds like a kind of a mental illness to me. And it's hard to pronounce. Yes, I didn't want to kind of twist my tongue. Tonka beans are the natural source of coumarin. As we said, maybe a wordplay on coumarin and the tree, the name of the tree itself, tonka beans. The molecule responsible for that hay-like warmth, almond sweetness, and tobacco-like nuances. But then you always know that even in a gourmand, a tobacco-based gourmand, tobacco will always cut into the sweetness. So it does not become overtly sweet, like tooth achingly rotten sweet. It just kind of goes towards the gourmand territory, but then it does not overstep the line. It just goes
Very subtle.
just right. Yeah, very subtle is the word that we'll be using. Coumarin was famously the first synthetic aroma chemical. So for all you perfume nerds who didn't know this, it's a fun fact. Coumarin was famously the first synthetic aroma chemical used in perfumery, appearing in Fougère Royale by Houbigand, I think back in the early 1900s. The exact year, okay, since we're getting nitty-gritty about this, let me tell you when Fougère Royale actually launched, and it became the reference Fougère fragrance. Fougère means fern. So you have, Fougère Royale was the first ever Fougère. Chypre was a olfactive family created by Coty. Fougère Royale launched in, oh, I'm sorry, I'm fact finding for me as well, 1882. Woo. So the nose behind this was Paul Parquet, Parquet. I mean, you don't pronounce this as Parquet, I'm sure. Paul Parquet. Top notes of lavender, bergamot, clary sage, middle notes, geranium, heliotrope, carnation, orchid, and rose. Base notes of oak moss, coumarin, tonka bean, vanilla, and musk. So, fun fact, right? I mean, I don't think I knew the exact. I mean, I knew the exact year, but then there's so much to follow that a person kind of loses track of the years these were launched. And coumarin was famously used in, as we said, fougere royale. For the first time, an aroma chemical was used in perfumery. So the name Tonka Kumaru subtly references both the botanical origin, Kumaru tree, as the name of the tonka bean tree in South America, as we said, and the olfactive molecule of coumarin. A clever nod to perfume history, if you may, and raw material origins. All right. So why the fragrance feels so Atelier Materi, if you may ask? Not a single dud in the entire line or redundancy. Atelier Materi fragrances tend to follow a very distinct philosophy, material first perfumery. Instead of building crowded pyramids, they focus on one key ingredient, textural contrasts, and minimal but high quality materials. Think of it like fine sculpture rather than maximalist paintings. That's what it comes off as, doesn't it? So other examples in the line, Bois de Ambrette, that's ambrette seeds, if you didn't know, is a vegetal musky note. Ambrette seeds brings in these musky facets, but without having to use animalic musks, like derived from the animals. It's a vegetal. It naturally creates this musk-like accord. And most of the fragrances featuring musks for the longest time ever would use ambrette seeds for its musky facets, right? We have cacao porcellana, something that I haven't written here, but I refer to as the Rolls Royce of cacao fragrances. Cacao porcellana is ultra refined cacao study. Narcissus Taiji done different with a smoky contrast. Each fragrance feels like a portrait of a material rather than a perfume formula. So it celebrates the material as if. The masculine edge that I earlier mentioned, there's a masculine gravitas to this fragrance. It means a little masculine. I wouldn't say I define fragrances by genders or seasons, or anybody can wear anything anybody wants to. And do you like the fragrance though? I think if my niece was to have this fragrance, she's definitely going to wear it. So it's not masculine. It's not a masculine offering, but it leans masculine slightly. What I mean by that is Tonka fragrances often fall into this vanilla, gourmand, sweet tobacco, dessert-like territory, but Tonka Kumaru avoids that trap altogether. Instead, it emphasizes musks, dryness, kumaric bitterness, and tobacco warmth, which makes it feel closer to vintage fougere warmth. Like we said, there is a vintage reference to this fragrance, which is Fougere Royale, and so it's like a homage. It pays homage to the fragrances of the past. Tonka tobacco compositions and skin musk fragrances. That's why it leans quietly masculine, but still a very elegant wear. And like I said, anybody can wear anything anybody wants. I don't think we made this very lengthy, but the amount of time that we spent, what do you get from the fragrance? Now that you heard my take on, what do you think you?
It's definitely like more of a comfort, very cozy. It's still very sweet, soft
Yes.
kind of scent.
Yes.
It's getting stronger,
Does the sweetness, in my opinion, the sweetness, it is sweet, but like we said, it doesn't overstep the sweetness. It doesn't become tooth rottingly sweet. It maintains.
Subtle, yeah.
It's subtle, and the sweetness kind of weighs down a little because I think the tobacco kind of cuts into the gourmand like facets. I'm not saying it's a gourmand by any means. It's not. Don't get me wrong. But then again, all these musks, and there are 4 kind of musks they've used. Did you know that?
Oh,
Fun fact again, 4 kind of musks. So I think they've used ambrette. not sure. I forgot what I saw in the fragrance pyramid, but I know for a fact that they've also used animalic musks, and they're quite intentional. Let's see what the brand has to say about Tonka Kumaru, and I'll let Sadia do the reading on this one.
Tonka Kumaru by Aterlier Materi is a unisex gourmand composition built around the many facets of tonka bean. It opens with luminous notes of bergamot, bitter almond, and cardamom, which highlight the nutty almond-like side of tonka while adding freshness and gentle spice. In the heart, roasted barley, hay absolute, and cedar leaf bring a dry, toasted texture that emphasizes the bean's warmer, more aromatic nuances. In the base, roasted tonka bean takes center stage, enriched by vanilla, amber, and soft musks to create creamy, balsamic, and enveloping dry down. Composed by perfumer Celine Bourdon. How do you pronounce it?
Celine Pedriel. So I
Pedriel.
don't
Okay.
take her middle name because I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce it, but I think it should be Bourdon-Chi.
Okay, Bourdon-Chi. Made in France, the fragrance is presented as a modern exploration of tonka bean's richness and complexity, drawing in part of the perfumer's own memories of comforting almond-scented childhood materials. Coated, I wanted to reveal the raw beauty of tonka bean, highlighting its almond notes, gourmand and comforting, which instantly bring me back to the Cleopatra glue of childhood.
Yes.
The iconic little pot known to generations of French school children and its mischievous temptation to taste it. A true olfactory Madeleine, reimagined as contemporary object of desire.
So that's a quote from Veronique Le Bahan, as I said, the creative and the owner for the brand. So all the direction, all the briefs are given by Veronique Le Bahan. And actually, to give you a good news, maybe we want to, I don't know, I'd want to do this more often with Sadia. So every time we break down an Aterlier Materi, there are many fragrances that I posted reviews on my LinkedIn. However, I'm going to try to bring these on a regular basis on video format. So it's easier to listen to while you're doing your house chores, vacuuming, perhaps cutting, chopping, vegetables, fruits, etc. You probably want to hear these. I'm hopeful that I'll do more videos with Sadia because I'd like her take as well on my opinions or my humble take on perfumes. It's a fun way to explore more fragrances, I suppose. Dive deeper into the house, understand the brand philosophy, and we shall be doing a video on Aterlier Materi's brand philosophy and what the brand actually stands for. Until the next time, your host Karamullah Kadwani signing out. My whole family would like to wish you a very happy Eid, and so my brother, my wife Noreen, my wife, my beautiful wife, my brother, my mother, who will not look at you guys for the obvious reasons. My granddaughter, I'd like to call her my niece though, and my sister-in-law. So, from all of us, my family, wishing you all a happy Eid. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do press the like button, share and subscribe. Share the video and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Until the next time, your host Karamullah Kadwani, and for today, the guest of honor Sadia Kadwani signing out. Take care.
Eid Mubarak.
Yeah, and you still can watch us for the next 10 seconds while she disconnects.
3, 2.